Hello, hello, everyone. Hi. All right. Let's dive in. Let's make the most of our time here. We've got 30 minutes with Evita. This is our next session. And Evita is our senior I will pass it over to you, Evita. I know you are so interested in yourself. I don't want to step in this way.
Yeah, thanks so much. Hello, everyone. Thanks for the introduction, Tabitha. While folks are getting settled in and streaming in from the previous session, I want to know in the chat right now, what was your biggest takeaway from Dr. Jabin Moore's session? Let you know, I took away so much. He already touched on some things like pricing, niching down, choosing your topic, your name, and really diving into that marketing piece too. We've got so much in store today with this session, but also with our upcoming session. So if you can, stay tuned till the very end of the day, till 5 p.m. Eastern time, because we will also hear from Kelsey on marketing tips. There's lots of questions of, will there be a replay available? So yes, all of the sessions today are being recorded and those replays will be available. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sessions, and we will have those replays sent out. All right, are you ready to learn about optimizing your pricing strategy? This session is really fun for me because it involves data from health professionals just like you. It's so important for us to know and learn from our colleagues and collaborate with each other for better business success. So I'm thrilled to be able to be here with you today. On the topic of working together, say hello to me and to each other in the chat. Let us know who you are and if you're planning to run a program this year or maybe next year, really anytime soon, because you've clearly signed up for this practitioner workshop. So it's something that's potentially in the planning or execution stage. And I want to know where everyone is at. I really hope that you could leave here today with some buddies to even collaborate with programs on, and don't forget to join our community so you can network further. All right, lots of folks who are either in the making or hoping to run by end of this year or in January. Ooh, if you are thinking of running a program in January, we have a fun little gift that's coming up in the next session, so stay tuned for that as well. And while you're responding in the chat, I want to just introduce myself as the host of this program's pricing session. Like Tabitha said, my name is Evita. I'm the Senior Content Marketing Manager and the Registered Dietitian at Practice Better and That Clean Life. My role really centers around making it easy for practitioners like yourself to deliver personalized guidance to your clients in a streamlined way and to build resources for your growing practice. The end goal for all of us is happy, successful clients. So again, I'm just so thrilled to be here with you today. Thank you for taking the time and to show you how programs can be a part of that and how to price your services effectively so that your business thrives. As Dr. David Moore mentioned, pricing is so important to position you as a source of authority and to make sure that your overhead is covered and to continue your business growth. A quick look of what we will cover together in this session. So you've had a rundown so far on what programs are and a playbook of how to make them successful. Then I'm going to get into how programs can scale your business, a summary of our pricing analysis, the economics of running a program, because considering your costs is also very important. And we'll take a look at how practitioners price and structure their programs with a close look as well on the anatomy of a best-in-class program. So I mentioned the fun of data. Market research is an important part of setting your prices. It helps you understand the market value and what your peers are charging for their services. So to save you time with your market research and to help you confidently set your prices, over here at Practice Better, we've analyzed the pricing from over 8,000 health professionals using a simple random sample of Practice Better and That Clean Life practitioners. So we aren't saying this is what you should charge, but we have gathered the data for you to inform your pricing decisions. Our sample included various health professionals, including dietitians, holistic nutritionists, naturopathic doctors, health coaches, and more from all over the world with varying experience levels. As we analyzed pricing data from health professionals worldwide, prices were displayed in several currencies. So for our analysis, we've converted all prices to US dollars. I just want to note that in case the questions come up of what prices is in, it's all in USD. And the session is focused on one particular service, and that's programs. That's why we're here today. So to help you better design and optimize your programs, we've also analyzed the characteristics of the average program according to the top 20 course creators by revenue and clients on Practice Better. So there's some data from there too, because we want to help you benchmark your program against others that have been successful. The end goal again for us is to create and sell a program for the maximum amount of money and have those happy, successful clients. We are going to go through quite a few numbers and examples today. Don't worry, again, you don't need to write this all down. We will have 2 downloadable guides that I'll also be sharing with you in the session, and these will also be in the swag bag at the end of our event. All right, let's dive in. Let's talk about why programs are such a great way to scale your business. Tabitha and Dr. Jabin Moore already covered a bit of this, but a program or a group program focuses on a specific topic related to your niche and solves a problem for a group of your ideal clients. People can get free resources like meal plans or recipes or basic workouts and advice online with a simple Google search. So creating a service that offers something like really specific, that's what you need to do. You don't want to be doing something that people can get anywhere and that doesn't address a problem. So you can trust us on that. And again, you must create a program that offers a solution to a problem that your ideal client has. For example, if you're, let's say, a nutritionist, I saw lots of folks here, health coaches and nutritionists who focus on women and fertility care. Say you help women with PCOS. In this case, you could run a program related to PCOS and focus on solving a common problem women with PCOS have, like weight gain or irregular periods. And remember, a program can be fixed date, self-paced, or evergreen. Fixed date is when you set a start and end date for your program and your participants can work through the program at any time. And evergreen is, well, it's evergreen. It runs continuously and people can join at any time. And self-paced allows your clients to work through the program content at their own pace. And as they mark a module as complete, the next will become available. So programs can help scale your business in many ways. They help you see more clients in less time and earn more money. When you are seeing clients one-on-one, there's only so many clients you can see in a day. But with a group program, you can set it up in a way where you can enroll an unlimited number of people. Programs also help you attract more clients and allow them to work with you at a lower price point compared to your one-on-one services. Programs are generally priced lower than one-on-one services because they require less customization and personalization from you as a practitioner. So this makes group programs also very appealing to those who might not be ready to commit to working with you one-on-one. And finally, attracting and working with more clients through your program means you impact more lives, which is the core reason most of us here became health professionals in the first place, because we want to help people heal, right? And we want to touch as many lives as we can. So let's dive into that summary of our pricing analysis now that you know what programs are and the benefits that they can bring to your business. So again, we've analyzed what health professionals are charging for their programs, starting with those fixed date programs. So this is kind of what Dr. Jabin Moore was talking about, where you're pricing a little bit higher, you're having some more personalization, customization. This type of program has that start and end date on specific set dates, and participants work through the program at the same time. So fixed date releases modules based on calendar dates. These are really great for running live cohorts and probably the most engaged type of program you can think of. So the length of programs that we analyzed varies depending on the end goal for the client. Most fixed date programs we analyzed were between 4 weeks all the way to 6 months in length. The 1 to 3 month group programs were priced on average $250. And on that higher end at $5,500. And the 4 to 6 month programs were priced on average at $850 and on the higher end at $7,500. So you're thinking again, like what's causing for that higher end price to be at that range? Thinking of like Dr. Jabin mentioned, it's how much customization you're having, how many hours you're putting into it, your overhead, corporate group wellness initiatives and programs, and incorporating, say, individualized lab testing, or if you're doing personalized meal plans for participants in your group program, that's when you're going to charge a little bit more. So this contributes to the increased cost of your program or the price you charge. Next is self-paced programs. So self-paced allows your clients, again, to work through the content at their own pace. And as they mark a module complete, the next one becomes available. So a great example of how to do this is an online course. An online course takes the information you would typically teach one-on-one to an online course platform where clients can work through it at their own pace. I love doing this in Practice Better as well. The most common length for an online course that we found was about 4 weeks, with an average price of $520 and on the higher end, $3,000. So again, it depends on how much information you've got in that online course, what you're offering in there, that will impact those prices. And lastly, those evergreen programs, but I'll also consider email only programs. In our last session, there were a lot of questions of what do I do with my clients once they're done my group program, once they've worked through this together, is how do I maintain that, how do I retain my clients? So an evergreen program is a really great way to do it. It's also a great source of like a passive approach, as modules are released based on time elapsed. So example, 7 days. You could choose to unlock all the modules at once, or you could drip them out. And you can do this in an email only format too, where you deliver content exclusively through email. So an example of this is, say, like a meal planning subscription service or any type of subscription service, or as Tabitha mentioned early, like a meal prep club. So this gives clients access to ready to use meal plans and recipes. I'm just using that meal plan subscription example. And it allows past clients to continue to work with you more informally. It's also, I think, just like a great low-cost way for potential clients to get to know you. And when we did our analysis, we found that most practitioners use like a 1-year subscription service with that evergreen program. So let's look at that 1-year subscription service a little bit more closely. The average price for that was $360 for the year and about $1,400 for the year on that higher end. The subscription price, again, it varied depending on the number of meal plans a client received every month with their membership, and if the practitioner offered other perks, such as coaching calls, a private Facebook group, or at-home workouts. So if you're offering these types of perks, then you'll, again, want to use the evergreen format. But if you're only offering items by email, such as maybe just like a weekly meal plan or a monthly meal plan that goes out, then you can use the email-only function, and maybe you would charge a little bit lower. I covered a few numbers, but there's so much more. If you have other services like one-on-one counseling, selling digital downloads, offering monthly coaching packages, we have pricing data on all of that and more in our pricing handbook. So I've got a QR code up right now to download it, but don't worry, this will also be available in your swag bag after the workshop. All right, now I want to jump into the economics of running a program. I'll specifically just focus on a meal planning subscription service or an evergreen program, just because, again, I saw that there was a lot of questions in there of retention. So I'm going to focus on that one. Running a membership site is only really profitable if you have enough members to support it. So let's dive into that. My first question to everyone, I want to see in the chat right now, something for you to think about. Have you built a big enough audience to support a program? Because like I just said, running a program, only really profitable if you have enough members to support it. You have to have enough people to join your program for you to get a return on your investment. So let's look at the economics. Using Practice Better and That Clean Life, you can create, set up, and run your program. Like, let's use the meal planning subscription service again as that example from start to finish. Practice Better was intentionally designed specifically for health and wellness practitioners to be one place to run all aspects of your business, from booking, billing, form delivery, hosting client sessions, client care, running your program, and more. So Practice Better is a comprehensive tool that allows you to run all aspects of your business. So you can set up and run your program, you can create your fixed date, your self-paced, your evergreen program, you can create your modules to organize your program content, and you can also directly integrate your nutrition plans into your program within your module content. And handling the logistics of signups and payments, we do it all. So, Practice Better really makes it super seamless to keep everything in one place. And we also help you create a sense of community amongst your program participants. So the tech associated with your membership site or your program would cost maybe say like $89 for the Practice Better's Plus plan per month. And then you need a little bit more tech to run that meal planning subscription service. So you'll need That Clean Life, which will save you time from having to hire a recipe developer, a food photographer, a recipe tester, all of that, adding up grocery lists, crunching the numbers. That's where That Clean Life comes in. It's simple nutrition planning software. We take care of all the work for you. You get access to over 6,900 recipes, over 150 done for you plans. So you've got resources at your fingertips. We offer automation so you can easily generate plans, and everything you create is super easy to share with your clients, whether you do that through a shared link or a PDF document. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but spoiler alert, That Clean Life also integrates with Practice Better. So you can embed all your That Clean Life plans, collection, or recipes into any client protocol or program to increase client success, engagement, and compliance. So this takes your guidance within Practice Better in your program to an all new professional level that clients will love. So cost for your nutrition planning software could be either $30 or $60 for That Clean Life, depending on the plan you choose. So let's say your meal planning subscription costs, the price you put out there for your membership fee, you're charging $40 per month for anyone to join. And then we added up those tech costs from Practice Better and That Clean Life. So that can be anywhere between 120 to 150 USD per month. More again, if you're adding other platforms, but hopefully those two platforms should cover all of your needs. And then let's say the service requires about 30 hours of your time every month to create the content, engage with your members, and market your membership site. When we do the math, you can see that to cover your expenses, this is so important. When you're putting your price out there, you need to cover all of your expenses first, and then think about how much you want to earn per hour. So let's say you need to earn $60 per hour. You then need to have close to 50 members every month. If you attract 50 members, that is $2,000 in monthly revenue. But imagine you grew that to 250 members, then that would be like $10,000 in monthly recurring revenue for that same time investment. So like I mentioned, the average price for that 1-year subscription was $360 for the year on average, or over on the higher end at $1,400. So on that higher end, if you charged $115 per month for your meal planning subscription service, you would need to just attract 17 members to cover your costs. And if you got to 250 members, then wow, that's about $28,750 in revenue. So I hope that helps you give a little bit more clarity about the economics of your program and things for you to consider. And if you're thinking, hold up, I can't get to these numbers, then wait, I want to introduce you to some practitioners to take a look at how they've structured and priced their programs. And the first one I want to introduce you to is registered dietitian Megan Hansen. So Megan is the creator of Metabolism Makeover, and this is a weight loss program that has helped over 3,000 women achieve total food freedom. After participants have gone through Megan's group program, which is they go together at the same pace, which is the 30-day Metabolism Makeover, they're then invited to join a subscription service called the M3, or a Metabolism Makeover Momentum. This is a monthly meal planning subscription service where participants can get ongoing access to a training library, ongoing weekly plans, and monthly clinics with experts and more. And M3, she charges $59 USD per month for her participants to join. And it allows participants to get continued access to support and meal plans so they can keep up the momentum that they have built. So not only is she using programs to engage clients right away, but then also to retain them into the future using the subscription service. And Megan actually has around 350 participants in this subscription service. So I think that's just a great way for retention. I also want to introduce you to Alex Turoff, the creator of the Flexible Dieting Academy. So this is a group coaching program that has helped hundreds of people achieve a body and a life that they feel amazing in. After Alex runs her group program, bringing it up again, these participants that she is done working with, they then get put on to the next ladder in her services, which is an evergreen program called the Alumni Program, to offer further accountability and support. Low lift for Alex. She charges again about $49 per month to join, and allows participants to get continued access to recipes, meal plans, and bi-monthly group coaching calls. So they can keep that momentum that they've built And get this, Alex says that people have been in the program for years and years, so high retention rate. I hope these examples are hopefully getting you a little bit more inspired of the different ways that you can run programs and how you can continue to keep them going. So, if you're running your fixed state program, what's the next step? Maybe you move on to an online course, or you could even start with an online course. Where they learn base information, then they move on to the group program where they work with a fixed state, where they work with you through a certain problem that they're experiencing together. And then post that, they move on to an evergreen program or an email-only program where they can get continued access to resources. So many ways you can do this and then remembering economics, super important to consider, and then price accordingly using the data we provided, but also thinking of your overhead and the hourly rate that you want to take for yourself. So we dove into those pricing costs. I shared some examples, but I also want you to help you benchmark your program against others that have been successful. We want to, create and sell a program for the maximum amount of money, deliver real-time value to clients. So over at Practice Better, we evaluated some real-life examples within our Practice Better creators. I just got a comment saying, I can see in the chat saying, like, we're going quite quickly through all of these slides and facts. Again, a replay will be made available. So if I'm rushing through a little bit, don't worry, replay will be available to go through at your own pace. So as you set out to create your program, I just want you to consider a little bit of a framework here too. So one of your first questions when creating a program will be, how long should you have your program be? So note that this is only relevant really to fixed state programs, which stop and start at a defined time, unlike evergreen programs, which provide ongoing value to customers and are not tied to specific dates or events. So the optimal program length for the most success is a minimum of 30 days and a maximum of 730 days with an average of 263 days. So this shows us that the most successful creators for programs actually have longer programs. Some of them are stretched over 2 years. I hope that gets you thinking of how long you kind of want to have that program set out for as well. And the next big question you're probably asking is, how many modules should you include in your program? While this partly depends on the length of the program and how much content you have, the data from our top 20 creators shows that the minimum could be 0. So this means that someone likely created a course that wasn't split up into modules, and a maximum of 71 modules, while the average was around 18 modules. So that's kind of the sweet spot, 18 modules to have your clients go through at a good pace. And protocols. So protocols it's a tool within Practice Better. It's a great way to help clients get from A to B with your guidance. They allow you to communicate everything your client needs to implement to reach their goals, including nutrition plans, supplement recommendations, lifestyle recommendations, and more. So you might be wondering whether you should incorporate protocols into your program as well. The minimum number of protocols used was 0 and the maximum was 17. The average was only 1. So really only a handful of our top creators have a protocol or 2 in their program, but one of them has a lot, 17 to be exact. So experienced practitioners have a series of protocols saved inside of Practice Better based on their time treating clients. They can lean on these and attach to programs as needed. If you have protocols already set up in Practice Better that you regularly share with clients, you can easily add them to a program module. And this is the beauty of having your core software and your EHR connected. So there's some more questions that you will need to think through when setting up your program, like if you want to have videos, forms, PDFs. So I have another little freebie download for you, and that's the Best in Class Guide to Programs, which contains all of this information. So it's a guide for health and wellness professionals to the anatomy of a profitable program, informed by the most successful course creators on Practice Better's programs. So that's up for another moment, but again, this will all be available in your swag bag. We covered a lot of information, but I hope you're feeling a little bit more excited and ready to bring your program to life. I want to be real with you. creating the content for your service, you setting up the tech side of things can throw many health practitioners for a loop. How many of you feel this? Let me know in the chat. Tell me if you're feeling like the tech piece, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I saw some comments in there too, like practice better, that green life. How do I set it up? I want to get this program going. So many yeses in the chat. All right, hang tight and get ready to streamline your journey of setting up your program, all while avoiding the usual tech headaches. So in the next session, Jen from Practice Better is going to show you how to use Practice Better to format your program and content and keep participants engaged, cultivate community, track progress, and so much more. So hang tight for that. And we have just 5 minutes left, so perfect timing. We've got time for a few questions so we can get into those.
All right. Yes, let's go ahead and do that. So Sadia is wondering, can you mention how many times in the month you're meeting in, say, a 4-week self-paced program or a 2 to 4 month fixed date program? So roughly how many times are you meeting with those participants?
Yeah, so from the data, it looks like every 2 weeks. So bi-monthly coaching calls, and those could be either as a group or individual, and that will impact that pricing piece.
Awesome. And we've got a question here from Farah, who's asking, can clients also submit food diaries, and can we review and provide feedback?
Yeah, if food diaries is a part of your program that you're using, absolutely. And Practice Better is a great place to host that, because with your integration with That Clean Life, you can share those meal plans, and then you can use the journals feature for clients to be able to track their food intake using the food journals. But if you are using that feature and you're having your clients have you review that and you're giving them feedback, then you want to be charging a little bit more. So again, considering the cost of that, how long does it take for you to review that food diary and give feedback? Or are you giving it in a one-on-one setting? Is it like maybe a 30-minute appointment? Then you're going to consider that in the price and the cost of your group program.
Can you do me a favor and just switch back to the QR code?
Yes, for the pricing handbook?
Yeah, perfect. Your most recent QR code.
Okay. All right, there we go. So this is for the best in class, the anatomy of a proper program.
Yes, perfect. Okay. Okay, so someone is wondering, I just lost the question, but they're wondering, how do you interact with clients here? Are you downloading an app? Is your client downloading an app? Like, what is the Practice Better experience like? I wonder if you can speak to that.
Ooh, that's a great question. And maybe I'll wait for Jen to take over in that setting up your program session. But your clients do get access to the Practice Better app, where they can log in and have access to all of the content. But stay tuned for the next session where Jen dives into setting up all of that in Practice Better, and that'll give a lot more clarity. And for any folks, so I've got those QR codes. For some of you who might be struggling to get that QR code up, don't worry, it's going to be available for you in that swag bag. So hang tight for that. It'll come to your inboxes probably tomorrow by end of day. And so you'll have access to all of these downloadable guides and all of those replays. And if you have more questions that I don't get to today as well, join the community where we're diving into things a little bit more deeper as they come up.
And I think this was a really great question. If I create a program, could I enroll a group and then schedule weekly one-on-one sessions, almost like a hybrid program? And you totally can. I wanted to kind of preview this, since our next session coming up, Jen will be able to cover this. But yes, exactly. This is something that you could totally do inside of Practice Better's programs. Your clients can access their content from their own Practice Better app. You can set it up on your desktop if that feels more accessible to you, or within your Practice Better app. You can meet with them on your desktop app or in your Practice Better app, and you can schedule individual weekly one-on-one sessions. But like Avita mentioned in her presentation, if you are offering catered services that is personalized, charge more. We really, really are passionate about practitioners getting paid what they are worth, getting paid for the work that they're putting into their services. So please charge more for the services that you're providing if they meet these criteria.
Yeah, and I saw some questions that came up too of like, should I have my prices available right away on my pricing page or on my website, or should I have it maybe like once I do a consult with them, like I could do like a free discovery call and then you tell them your prices. So it's really depends on what how you like to operate, but also on your community and maybe if they are price sensitive. I recommend a lot of the services we looked at, they just have it available. So even through Practice Better because you can do your billing and payments and you can show your pricing schedule on your pricing page. You might want to just show your prices right away so that you can know if clients are ready to buy. And then further up, have those calls, the discovery calls where you dive into things a little bit deeper to find the right pricing package for them. So you can also do sliding scale there. Yeah. Thanks so much, everyone. This was great.